very good afternoon, distinguished guests, panelists, and our brilliant participants. Welcome to AspireX, Inspiring Growth and Transformation, where we explore pathways to growth and transformation in today's dynamic tech landscape. We are thrilled to have you all here at Travancore Hall Technopark for an afternoon of insights, inspiration, and networking. I'm Neetu Matthew, an ICTAK learner, and joining me is my fantastic co-host and colleague.
Chris Louis, an ICTAG learner. Let's kick things off with a warm welcome from one of our own. Please put your hands together for my colleague Meera Manoj to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable CEO of ICTAK, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, our distinguished panelists, Mr. Linz Lawrence, Mr. Sreekumar Balachandran, and Mr. Sarath Raj. Unfortunately, Linz Lawrence is currently attending his close relative's funeral. He has sent his apologies for not being in the event. Our moderator, Ms. Rekha Rajagopal, alumni, fellow participants, and dear guests. A very warm good afternoon to each one of you. It is my absolute privilege to welcome you all to AspireX, Inspiring Growth and Transformation. Today, we gathered to bridge the gap between learning and industry excellence, and I couldn't think of a better setting than Technopark, the heartbeat of Kerala's tech ecosystem. In a world where technology evolves faster than ever, readiness isn't just about skills, it's about adaptability, innovation, and the courage to transform. Whether you are a student, a budding professional, or an industry leader, today's discussion will equip us with actionable insight to thrive in this dynamic landscape. We have an exciting lineup, a keynote address by Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, whose vision continues to shape Kerala's IT future, a powerhouse panel discussion featuring leaders in cybersecurity, global IT, and HR strategy. Interactive Q&A, your chance to engage directly with experts. And of course, celebrating the achievements of our learners and placed alumni. Before I hand over the stage, let's take a moment to thank ICTAC and our trainers for empowering us with cutting edge knowledge, our corporate partners for believing in talent from this ecosystem, and every one of you for being here today. Your presence fuels the community's growth. Let's begin.
Next, we are honored to have a visionary leader who has been instrumental in shaping Kerala's tech ecosystem. Please welcome Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO of ICTech, for the keynote address.
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's indeed a privilege for us to have visionary leaders like Sri Kumar, Sharath, and unfortunately, I just got to understand that Mr. Linz is not unable to make it due to some personal exigency. To be part of our monthly discussion and engaging discussion between the leaders and the budding professionals. So we have a long-standing relationship with all three organizations, be it EY, be it Sreekumar, or be it UST. UST is one of our shareholders, founding members of ICT Academy, and we are closely associated with UST in various activities, training, or they engage us in including hiring. They have taken quite a lot of people, from ICT Academy, trained people in the recent past. And Sreekumar represents, apart from his head of IT role in SunTec, he also had an association called CIO Association of India. So there he is he's the president of the Kerala chapter. So that's a group of 100 plus chief information officers, chief technology officers, chief information officers, or chief information security officers of various organizations. So it's they're working in the strategy and implementation of transformative initiatives of various organizations. He's heading the president. He's leading the president role for the Kerala chapter. Then Mr. Linz, unfortunately, he couldn't make. He's one of the well-known cyber leader. He's from EY, and EY, we are associated with EY again in multi-folds. One, for any of our curriculum design, probably most of you are familiar, or you would have heard that. When you are designing a new course, what we do is we hear the demand, what the industry is looking at, and understand the industry requirements and carve out the new courses, then create the detailed curriculum in discussion with industry experts, because we are designing for the industry and by the industry, and whatever we conduct, the trainings we conduct, the skilling programs we conduct, the output of that, the skill resources should be employable, should be what you call useful to the industry. I think that is the objective of the industry engaged course design. I think that's what we do, and EY plays a pivotal role in designing and reviewing various course curriculum across cybersecurity to full stack development and data science areas. Okay. And this one of the event what we are conducting is probably some of you have participated in the previous events as well. It's an opportunity for all of you to engage and interact with the industry leaders to understand what the industry is looking at, and when you are completing the course, when you are getting into the job, so what kind of opportunities will be there, and what kind of preparations will help you in uh, meeting achieving your aspirational goals. So you can ask all your queries. I'm sure that they will be able to answer, try to answer from their experience, the wealth and rich experience. They'll be able to guide you the best possible suggestions. I mean, based on the experience, based on the trends what we see in the industry. Okay. So as we see that, I mean, ICT Academy, as you all know that, I mean, we have been doing phenomenally well, and I think this last four months of this financial year, we have done a phenomenal progress and significant contributions across sectors. In the academic sector, we have trained about say 2,500 odd students on various internship opportunities. Probably those who are studying here, you would have seen the crowd in the last couple of months back. So the what it means is that the academia is seeing the skill oriented programs as one of the core elements they want to introduce as part of the curriculum. The students want to come and experience, get involved in the experiential learning. So what we offer through that 1 month internship is that enabling an opportunity through an experiential learning, where they get to understand about a technology, where they learn that we help them in learning that technology, and they will build a solution, identify a problem statement and build a solution around that and demonstrate that. A small end-to-end life cycle of a problem and a solution is what has been experienced as part of the internship cycle. Then regarding the government sector, I think we are playing a pivotal role in upskilling, providing the capacity building to the government sector. And we have built a portal for the government called KAI, okay, Kerala's AI. What the objective of that is, the Kerala's government is driving a lot of AI initiatives. Okay. So they are enabling the various departments to identify the opportunities where they can use the technology to help address their challenges, help in enabling getting the better insights, and identifying or building the solutions which will help them in providing better services to the citizens and the organizations. Okay, so this portal will enable the department to identify the ideas, and with the support of the industry experts on various domains, these ideas will be evaluated, and the shortlisted ideas will be taken to the for the developmental cycle through startup or other organizations. The entire ideation to the selection and implementation is being managed through this portal. And alongside what you're doing is we are providing the government the digital capability enablement to the government offices. So far, I mean, every Saturday we are having this kind of trainings happening, including to the government officers, senior officers, and that include the chief secretary's office as well. Okay, so we are helping them how to use this technology, getting them acquainted with the technology and use this technology to manage the mundane task and enhance the productivity by enriching their digital capabilities and awareness on various tools and the technologies available in the market. Okay. Then regarding the corporate, we are strengthening our partnership. We are doing along with Google. We are the partner for conducting the Gemini program to all the academia, and I'm sure that every week we'll be seeing the Gemini workshop to the various academic forums. And the retail, I mean, the graduate segment, we are conducting programs on various forms. We are going to start a new program on the new areas like fintech and the courses which is relevant for electrical, mechanical, civil, mainly related to the digital construction, the FEA, the modeling, those aspects as well. Those will be announced in the coming year. And through all these initiatives, our objective is to bridge the skill gap what the industry is looking at, especially in the ICT sector, and enable the youngsters, the youth, with the skills required to meet and to embrace the what you call the needs of the future. And as a team, ICT, the leaders and the entire team, they're playing a pivotal role. I'm sure that you're all having a wonderful time in the learning. And once again, thank Sreekumar and Sarath for taking time to what you call support us. And this just, I'm sure that this will be an ongoing discussions. We'll be continuing the engagement with the companies like SunTec or UST and other organizations, because the collaboration with the industry is one of the key aspects, because we need to understand what do the industry want, and that is what we always what you call leverage, and that's what always we look at, and we engage with them to understand their requirement and design the courses which is really relevant for the industry. Okay, and I'm sure that this will be another wonderful engaging discussion, and wish you all the good luck. Thank you all once again.
What an insightful speech. Thank you, Mr. Manningal, for those thought provoking perspectives on industry readiness and transformation.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, our panel discussion. We have an exceptional lineup of experts ready to dive deep into the skills, challenges, and opportunities in today's tech world.
Let's welcome our panelists onto the stage. Mr. Sreekumar Balachandran, Global IT Head at SunTec and President of CIO Association India Kerala region. Welcome, sir. Mr. Sreekumar comes with 30 years plus extensive exposure in large Fortune 500 companies across various domains including oil and gas, telecom, BFSI, and education. He is highly experienced in managing IT for large organizations and customers' business strategic planning, integrating and aligning IT and business goals. He is also the president of Kerala chapter of CIO Association of India. Mr. Sarath Raj, Head of HR Business Success Enabler at UST. Welcome, sir. Mr. Sarath is an energetic HR professional with more than 18 years of experience working with the senior management team to integrate the function within the overall business operating strategy. He has been and continues to be consistently successful in aligning human resources functions to the needs of the business and to the satisfaction of internal customers. He is a leader with experience in performance-driven HR function with metrics and providing a high-growth environment for the team. And moderating this powerhouse discussion, Ms. Rekha Rajagopal, Assistant Manager, Corporate Relations. Welcome, ma'am.
Over to you, Ms. Rekha, and panelists. Let's get started.
Thank you, Chris, Neetu, and Meera. A very warm welcome to our panelists here. Unfortunately, one of our panelists, Mr. Lins, is not able to make it because he's at the funeral of somebody very personal, and he sent his apologies also. So, since we have a seat vacant, I'd request our CEO or somebody, CEO, please.
No, I think I will do a little differently here this time, right? Okay. I think how many people are here? Around 7,500, right?
Yes.
So we'll give an opportunity to one of you to be in the hot seat. Okay. Either you can come yourself or you can nominate someone. The choice is yours. Any nomination? Whichever is easy.
That's going to be a very interesting talk. Think about it. Please give her a big round of applause. That's very brave of her to do that, all of you. Welcome. May I know your name, please? Aiswarya. Please give Aiswarya a big round of applause again. Thank you, Aiswarya. So, very good afternoon to our esteemed panelists, Mr. Sreekumar, Mr. Sharath, and also our student Aiswarya. A very different kind of a panel we have today. Very interesting because it's young blood and very experienced, incredible experiences of Mr. Sreekumar and Mr. Sharath. We'll get to hear from them. A very warm welcome to all the learners of ICT as well as the ICTians who are all here, in the Travancore Hall. A very good afternoon again. My name is Rekha. Now, for setting the context, let me quickly tell the panelists that the audience consists of learners who are undergoing skill development programs such as cybersecurity, AI/ML, data science, full stack development, etc. And they are all graduates who have come to upskill themselves, and their idea is to land their dream job once they finish their training. So, the very idea of our panel discussion, AspireX, is basically to give them a holistic view of what they need to expect when they enter into the corporate world. Because they would have listened to the trainers, they would have learned the concepts, but I'm sure the incredible experiences that you both have will help them understand the nuances of how to handle their job well. So this sort of an initiative is a very welcome initiative by all the students. We do this every month, and we are glad that we understand that they are also benefiting from these kind of discussions. So let me do a quick run through of the agenda for today. As I said, the aim of this discussion primarily is to understand that our candidates get a very clear view of the corporate world. So we'll start with a few introductions from our panelists. We'll hear from them. We'll try to understand what their current role is in their current organization, and a brief something about their association with ICT Academy of Kerala, if there has been any. Then we'll move on to the second segment, which will basically include the opportunities and trends in the emerging tech landscape. And from there, we'll move on to a third segment where we'll try and understand how to navigate the challenges and how you can build the right kind of skill sets in this landscape. From there, we'll move on to the fourth segment, which will be a Q&A. So I'm expecting some good amount of questions from these enthusiastic learners. Please keep a keen watch on the discussion. I'm sure you will have doubts and queries to clarify. So this is the agenda of the day. Let us start with the segment one, which is about introductions. I request both our esteemed panelists, and of course, following that, our dear student Aiswarya also to give some introduction.
It's actually, most of the time I end up sitting in this side. So for a change, actually, just this weekend, Murali was also there for a conference. I had an opportunity to be sitting on the other side. So it's much more, a comfortable position to probably ask questions than answering it. So I had the privilege, but it was a general, one general, army general, and a Navy admiral to whom I was asking questions. So, but that apart, so it is very good to have a very diverse set of panelists today. So normally you end up a homogeneous one. So then you would say, no, what do I say? Because the same thing as what the other person would also be saying. Because I come from a technology side, and Sarath comes from a HR people side. So, and then we have a student as well, so who is aspiring. And so I think we'll hope to get diverse views here from a different perspective. So my name is Sreekumar. I head IT globally in SunTec, and I'm also the president of the CIO Association of Kerala. This is the CIO Association of India and Kerala chapter, and like what Murali was saying. So I put these two hats, and then so most of the time, dealing with technology is one thing that I've been doing always. So not much of people management there, except for my own team management. So a larger perspective on the people side of things, and the job roles and job definitions and those kind of things. Sarath would be in a better position to take over that. But my experience is more on to hardcore technology areas and how technology is shaping and how it's changing the way it is progressing today. So basically, I started in Indian Oil Corporation in 1985 batch. So I don't know, many of you wouldn't have been born at that time. So I started my career in 1985 in Indian Oil. Then I moved to 16 years I was in Indian Oil. Then I moved to Qatar Petroleum, which is in Doha. And then I was with Alliance Insurance in UK. And now I'm back. Trivandrum is my hometown. I'm here. So that's about me. Sarath, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. First of all, thank you, ICT, for giving me this opportunity. to join this discussion along with the technology leaders and also to know and interact with all of you. So thank you so much for inviting me and making me part of this. Yes, my name is Sharath, and been with this industry for the last 20 plus years now. I started my career in UST in 2004-5 time frame. I worked here there for a couple of years. Then I moved out to Mumbai, Pune, because I'm born and brought up here in Trivandrum, and that too in this place, Karakutam. So, I did my schoolings here from one of the local schools there. I did my college from St. Xavier's College, and then I did my MBA from Bharatiyar University. So I'm born, brought up, here in this place. I always have an aspiration to move out of the state. Luckily, I got an opportunity to start my career here, and after 5 years, then I decided, no, I may need to step out of this place at least to get a different experience, different exposure, and things like that. So, Tata Group gave me an opportunity to work with most of their groups across Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, and all those locations. And finally, I landed back to Trivandrum and rejoined UST in 2015. So this is my 10th year running on second cycle. And what I do today is in human resources, you might see there are various functions within HR, like HR operations. No, then you have HR systems, you have compensation and payroll team. Then there is a team called HR business partner. So in most of the companies, you see HR BSCs, business partners. The prime objective of this group is basically to liaison closely or work closely with business and help them to enable from a people standpoint, from a process standpoint, and from a business standpoint too. So I head the team here in India. I'm based out of Trivandrum, but I head the whole BSc team in APAC. Talking about UST, I believe like all of you are much familiar about this organization. So it's on the 26th year. We started in 1999 in one of the smallest conference room here in, I think it's in Park Center, I believe, right? It's in one of the smallest conference room in Park Center in 1999. Started with 14 employees. GM who is a late founder chairman of UST. He was actually from place called North Piravam. And he's a high visionary. He was with IBM during those days. And then he moved from IBM and joined a group called Comcraft. Comcraft is our parent company. It is headquartered in Geneva and they are into diversified business. So the UST is their only IT business they have. So when GM Menon was asked to set up something on IT in India, he came down and he had a huge trust on this state because of the potential. Potential is in the sense, it's all people like you, right? And he decided to invest on this state. And today, when we turn back, we are almost a 35,000 strong organization having presence in more than 30 plus countries. With all the cutting edge technology supporting customers in various domains, that's where we reach today. So once again, thank you for inviting me, and that's a brief introduction about me and my company. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great opportunity. I was a student sitting on the seat, and this was a great opportunity to sit with the great professionals here. My name is Aiswarya. I have completed my BTech. Then I have joined ICT for MERN course. Now currently I am doing internship at Ladder 7 Accept Solution. I am doing a MERN intern role there, and it is a great opportunity. Thank you.
Again, thank you, both of you, as well as you, for taking this opportunity and being with us. Let's move on to the segment 2, where we'll discuss about the opportunities and trends that are emerging in the current tech landscape. So I just want to give a scenario. When we drive on our roads these days, we always see a swarm of delivery boys, right, on bikes, be it Zomato or Swiggy, Blinkit, etc. And equally, I'm also aware that there are certain high-tech cities in China where these deliveries are not done by any humans. It's all handled by drones, completely taken care of by drones, the drones zipping the skies. So this is the kind of technological evolution or disruption or the fast-paced situation that we are all in. I'm 100% sure that in a couple of years, we are going to see that in Trivandrum as well. Not even India, I'm not even spotting India, Trivandrum as well. So my question here is, in this fast evolving landscape, which industries do you think are creating the most exciting and impactful opportunities for these young professionals who are stepping into the tech world today? Yeah.
Actually, before I answer your question, I would like to know the composition so that I can align it accordingly. So, how many of you are from the background actually from BA, BCom, MBA, BBA, and all? How many of you? How many of you are from that? 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, how many of you are from engineering and computer science kind of thing? Oh my God. So out of which, how many are computer science? I don't know, so other than mechanical, electrical, and all, how many are computer science? Oh my God. Okay. So it's predominantly technology, but but one thing I'd like to tell you is in the emerging world right now, the least that is coming in, or what gets a prominence at the least is technology. So why I'm saying is, technology comes much later. So because implementation of technology comes much later. You talk about all this AI, automation, and all those kinds of things. They all come much later, and the evaluation cycle of a technology, or any change that is happening, change or disruption, as you call it, happens on the business side. The business advocates the change. Technology is just an abstraction of it. You're just implementing it. So and then I'm not trying to disappoint you, but you have come to a right place. That's what I'm saying. The ICT Academy, because you have done this technology part, but now you need to change your perception from technology to something that is totally different. So the domain is very important. Like see, the thing is that there are different domains. Like you have the BFSI domain, which is the banking and financial services. You have healthcare domain. You have the healthcare is the hospitals and all this. Then you have the hospitality domain. You have the farm and agriculture, those kind of domain. So each domain has got its own specialities, and then a retail domain. So like what you were saying about Swiggy and all this. So the operations of all this are very unique, and then it's got its own dynamics with it. So I'm not saying that you need to know all the domains right from beginning, but at least this is the time when you have ICT Academy with you. They cut across everything, so they have got good vision about how business operates as well. So this is a good time when you are upskilling. The upskilling is not on technology that you would probably be looking into, because technology is already done. So it is the domain, it is the business aspects of it. What is it that you need to change? Basically, that is what you need to look at. See, the disruption happens somewhere. Disruption happens in automation or whatever. Automation is not the technology, and that is very easy. And once you know what is to be done, it's easy to make that. But what is to be made, how it is to be made, is what is more important. So that is where the main change is happening these days, and where you need to probably put more focus into. So I would not tell you that see, technology is not important, but an approach in terms of, see what happens before. See, for every domain, suppose if you take one particular domain itself, so then the business process around it, the workflows. I mean, suppose if you're talking about automation is AI, and all this automation comes, and then the AI abstraction of it, like how do you use AI to automate a process. So then for all this, initially it starts from the business side. So what is it that you want to automate? How do you need to know the processes in it? What are the workflows associated with this? What are the data and data points that is associated with this? What are the sensors? You need to grab information. How do you know that this fellow has gone there, that fellow has gone there? These are by sensors, where you grab the sensors. When you get the sensors, grab the exact data that you want. How do you assimilate it? So those are the things that is on the business side of things. So once you map everything, then only the technology aspects come. So maybe when you are here, so what is disrupting now is the way any domain, any business operations is happening, there is a huge disruption in the way any business is operating. So that is where the change is. So whenever people say they're saying technology disrupts, it's not technology that is disrupting, it is the business needs that is disrupting everything. That's my take on this. I'll just hand it over to Sharad.
I think it's a very true, and no, it's completely aligned with the thought process what actually sir brought in front of all of us. Today, when we talk about my organization, like we have a strong presence in almost all domains, right? When I say talk about domain, it's all healthcare industry. That means we provide IT services for healthcare customers. So we call it as healthcare as one domain. Likewise, we support a lot of retail customers across the globe, right? So that's we called as another domain called retail. Then like banking, asset management, wealth management, we call it as BFSI, banking and financial services. That is another domain. Then we have another domain called engineering, telecom, semiconductor, and automotive. That is another domain. So now companies start focusing from a domain standpoint. Why? Because see, just think a simple example right now. You are running an organization. Either you have a retail company or you are a banking company. What is your prime objective? There are two major objectives, right? One is to make money. That means your top line. That means you should make revenue, right? Second objective is you should make margin, your profit. That means you need to reduce your cost. So these are the two major objectives. Just correct me if I'm wrong, right? So these are the two major objectives of any organization, right? One is to increase your revenue and reduce your cost of operations. So the reason why, because how do you increase your revenue? You need to have more and more customers, right? If you are running a retail shop, means you need to have more and more customers coming to your shop, or through online platforms or whatever, and they started buying your goods and services. That means you will run it. And the same retail company also have a lot of competitions around it, right? So how do you attract your end users in terms of buying goods and services from you, which actually help you in terms of improving your revenue? That is number one. Second, you have a 1,000-member team who is working in your retail shop. How do you reduce the cost? So that is where this technology comes in place. So how is technology helping you in terms of making your business more and more fruitful? How is technology helping you in terms of reducing your cost, or reducing your go-to-market time frame or whatever, blah blah things. So what I mean to say that technology is always an enabler for any business success. So in order to be a good technologist, while you learn your Java, Python, and other language, where is it going to get applied, right? So what are you going to try to build a solution, or you are going to build a product, or are you going to build a platform? Who is going to use this product platform tomorrow? And how, by using your product or platform, what you build, how is it going to impact the business? So that's what he said. The main decision makers are business. So how to enable business? You will have a technology to plug in. One of the enabler is technology, which actually plug in. So while we try to improve our capability, knowledge on technology, it is equally important for you guys to start focusing on certain specific domains. What it means by domain is, if you choose automotive as a domain, or if you choose retail as a domain, try to understand more about that industry. How is it working? What are the competition all about? What are the nuances attached to that industry, which will actually help you to gain a competitive advantage than any other participant who will be attending an interview along with you. And that is from an entry perspective. Second, once you get into it, that actually clearly differentiate your company from others, where your technology start talking business. So from that perspective, I think when we look into the opportunities available in the industry, so that's what I was talking to both of them. When I look into our customer base, when I see, it's not like everyone is trying to reduce the cost, or everyone is trying to let go people. No, that is not true. The reason why, because we are talking about AI, we are talking about AI disruptions today. But if you ask me, in a client list of say about 300, in our client list of 300, all 300 companies are ready to fly on the AI journey? No. Most of the top Fortune 100 companies are still running on legacy technologies. You don't believe, like one of our top healthcare customer still use mainframe as an application. One of our top leading automotive company is still running on AS400, right? and everyone want to get into this AI journey. So for them, it's a first step of doing the legacy modernization activity in terms of modernizing all their existing applications and things like that, right? Second, again, when we look from a cost perspective, customers are looking for opportunities to what you call we call it a self-fund transformation. What it means is they need money to invest on their future business growth, right? But today, after COVID, right, into after 2020, every organization spend a huge budget on their IT, no, because they want to reach their end customers through mobile applications or platforms or whatever. They spend a huge money in terms of their IT, and for the last 5 years now, they are trying to get the return out of it. So they don't have, or the CFO is not further approving additional budget for their IT transformation. So now we are working with our customers, helping them, saying that we will find money for you for your IT transformation or your business transformation, right? So what we are trying to do, we are trying to take all their legacy business to ourselves, and we are telling that we will modernize and give it to you with an upfront saving of 20%, 30%, which you can use it for your legacy business transformations or whatever. So different models are now happening in the industry, right? So there is a great opportunity for all of us. So in order to make it much more effective, while focusing on the technology, we may also need to spend some time to understand on the domain. And there are companies like BMW. I can give a classic example, right? So where we work with them in terms of most of the in the automotive sector, where we work them in terms of creating the ADAS and other features. Today, it is all done in an open source platforms where now anyone can go to a BMW to understand. It's available in open source, where they did the ADAS testing on the highways, but ADAS testing on terrain is still available there. Any one of you who want to because it's not, I'm quoting an example of BMW. Likewise, today, every organization, every large organization not only want to develop by themselves or by their partners, they even keep it open for the public to try it out and give your suggestions. So this also gives you ample enough opportunities to understand the industry, ample enough opportunities to understand some of the pain points of those customers, and you can provide them solutions directly, right? So I think that's what I would like to answer.
Thank you. I think we'll pass on to Aiswarya. Not the same question. I would definitely make some changes to this question. If you were given an opportunity to work immediately after your, training over here with ICT is done, is there any particular industry that you would want to start working in?
Yeah, of course. Like after our course or completion of our course, we'll definitely go for the highest industries like UI, UST and all. Like we would know about the work culture. It will be great if we go on our first chance with the great organization. Not only the high organization, we can also work with startups too, but there we can learn from the base. We'll develop our organization needs, and we'll be getting great opportunity as a young individual who have completed my course. I would say I'll work with any organization, any opportunity that I get, and I'll try to do my best out of what I get, and I'll learn and grow as a professional with the opportunities I receive.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Aiswarya. Another one question that I'd like to ask, this question is primarily to Mr. Sreekumar and Mr. Sarath. If you both were to give your 21-year-old self, okay, assuming we have mostly 20 plus years students in front of us, assume if you were to give your 21-year-old self a career advice when you are entering the tech world today, what would that advice be?
Yes, see, this coming back to the same point, like, when this question was asked to her about which, what would she like to get into? So she said, a big company, just the, the UST or UI or any other company. I would rather like you to focus more on, rather than an organization, the domain. So where will you like to work in? So is it in hardcore technology area? Is it in a domain like bank? So it's technology in a bank, technology in healthcare, technology in and many other fields are there. So the domains are very important these days. So while you do all this, so when you are into technology, you are learning. When somebody is in full stack development, some are in AI, somebody in data science. So wherever you are, you are learning all those. So that is definitely there. This is your base that you built in. But where is the applicability of these is what you need to always look into. So you need to grope around and see what are the developments happening in different areas, like in healthcare, what is it happening? So how is, suppose if somebody is on AI, what is AI impact in healthcare? So does it give you, it excites you? Does it give you some kind of a passion that so that is something that's going to trigger you to learn more about what is in that, and how do you are learning something, how do you think that how do you relate that to what this thing is all about? Try to build a liking to something. That is what is going to give you that passion to work in that particular thing. Then you strive towards it. Similarly, there are multiple domains like automotive. So somebody would be more into automobiles, and you have this autonomous cars. So how does autonomous cars? What is the new developments in it? So there are multiple domains where whatever you are studying, try to look at where this is being applied into, and try to build a liking to it, and then have a passion towards that. Not necessarily that you will end up in that, because see, opportunities come whenever it is it is coming. As minutes when you come out, then probably something is trending, and then you might get into that, but that's a different issue. But anything that excites you, that you build a passion towards it, it is similar in the other domains as well. So basically the structure remains the same. I was telling you about the process, procedures, workflows, sensors, data trap, assimilation, and all this. So this is all in everything. So you study one domain, have a mastery over it. How do you apply this into that domain? The same model works, or the workflow works in the other domain as well. So, but you cannot go and go into multiple ones. So you relate it to one, then try to build your imagination into that, and then you will probably get it. So my the thing would be is for anyone is to pick up some some abstraction of what you're studying in a real life scenario. Try to build a love and affection and a passion towards it. So that is the first step. Don't look for jobs, and the jobs will come. Jobs will definitely, because options are plenty. The technology is evolving. So technology evolving is because there is a need for it. If there is no need, no technology will evolve. AI, see, if Murli and all would know, and since we are from the technology side, so this neural networks and all those things has been there since ages. We had this linear programming problems where you had the transportation problem. I think some of you who would have learned about it would know the programming side. So this is there since ages. So the concepts in this are there. Only difference that has happened is why AI became so popular is the massive explosion of data because of this Google and all those things, and we do all this. So we are all pumping data by the moment. I'm sitting here and then I'm pumping data because my mobile gives my location, this and all those things. This is giving data. Everything is giving data. So the earlier this amount of data wasn't there for it to be abstracted. So the only difference that's happened now is the thing. So don't worry too much about the technology. How do you, this tons of data that you have, try to visualize it, try to get something which you can relate from it to something that is in real life or a business domain. So that passion needs to be built. So that's what my this thing would be. Focus on technology or the related thing that you're doing definitely needs to be there, but build this as well at the same time.
Thank you. So I would, if you ask me, like one thing I would request all of you is like, no, I mean, see, the capability or the skill what actually is in demand in today's world is learnability. What it simply means, like, no, I mean, your learning never ends when you come out of ICT. Your learning actually going to start when you know when you get into an organization. So we being flexible in terms of learning new things, And second thing is always about curiosity, right? You should be very curious about things what is happening in and around you, which actually help you in terms of, I mean, giving you more ideas, more thoughts. That is what actually valid. See, I can get an engineer like for even for a 3 lakh rupees for a campus graduate, or for a a 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs with an architect. No, I mean, I can easily get from the market. But what differentiate is the thought process which each one of us bring into the table. See, I'm a hardcore HR guy, right? Uh, because I never had a business experience. But in due course, I learned that being an HR alone will never help you in terms of growing in your career. Because the industry which I am supporting as an HR, I should have a thorough understanding about the industry which I work for, and that is the IT industry. Second, I should have a better understanding about my company's business, because unless until I know what business we are doing, I may not be able to play my role effectively. Same applicable for everyone. So learnability and curiosity are the two important things I would request all of you to have it. And today, when you look with all the AIs, turbulence, what's happening across organizations across industry, software is becoming cheaper and cheaper, right? So now industries are not calling us software as a service, but rather we are trying to tell us service as a software. And Microsoft kind of companies are talking about they don't want to be known as a software engineering company, but rather they want to be known as a tool company. What it means is they will provide you with all tools. Using that tools you can develop or build softwares and platforms, right? And so it is an enormous opportunity for you to be why I mean say curiosity, because curiosity gives you ideas. It will give you a lot of thoughts which actually help you in terms of building solutions by yourself before you just go and talk or look for a job outside, right? So I think these are the two things which I would like to highlight, which is the important things.
Thank you for that. Now we'll move on to our third segment where we will discuss about how to navigate through the challenges and how can these young learners with ICT build the right kind of skill sets. So yes, there is some overlapping of the answers that we have already discussed, but I'll probably start with a small scenario. So there used to be training centers which used to be put up by MNCs when they would hire their freshers, and they'll put them on to probably a month or two of coding training. Even in Trivandrum we've had, don't want to take names, but where they will teach the fresh recruits go through training. I mean, go through training in coding. Currently, those kind of training centers don't even exist. The answer to that is only the two-lettered buzzword AI, because we know that in today's world, AI has brought in so many changes that job roles are changing. The need for certain jobs are also changing. So my question is, these youngsters who are in front of us, what kind of skills? It could be tech, and from your side, the tech skills, and from your side, I would like to know a perspective of the HR skills as well, soft skills or whatever. How and what kind of skills should these students prepare themselves to thrive in this kind of an AI world?
So, if I may, answer your first point, no, um, the intake of campus graduates are still there, but not in the same pace of what we used to do before, right? It might not be only to do with AI. It again to do with the nature of business what we are in. Um, Typically, if you look, what I've seen here is like it is an evolution of GCCs in India. So what it means is the Fortune 1000, Fortune 105, sorry, Fortune 1000 Global 2000 customers whom we serve, most of them start building their own GCCs in India. And the trend started like couple of years back itself, where they want to engage with companies like us more from a T&M perspective. So there are different business models in which I think we execute project, right? Just for your understanding, I'm just telling, right? So we call it as time and material. So that means we estimate a specific work, and then we will tell that we will have this many number of people who will be working for that project. So for each person, for the amount of hours what they spent, they say this is the money what I will be paying you for what you call as time and material. So in this kind of engagements, they themselves will define like what should be the level of person they require in terms of proficiency level, what should be the experience level, and things like that. Today, I would say, no, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, most of the tier 2 companies like us, where we have majority of our projects might be running in T&M engagements, right? Even still, we have an outcome based or no, I mean, managed capacity model where we can decide how many leaders should be there, how many mid-level experience guys, how many campus grad. That is on us. But the number of projects which we run on those lines will be less. So getting a campus grad placed in a T&M engagements are actually no, I mean, very less because customer demands to have an experienced person for that. So wherever there are an outcome-based projects, wherever there are a managed capacity projects where we will have a flexibility in terms of taking campus grads into it. So that is one of the reasons why where we used to hire 5,000 plus campus grads every year. Now we brought it down to 2,000 to 3,000 now. So because once you after the boot camp, once you take them inside, they should be given a hands-on training, right? So hands-on training today we have platforms, but until they get an experience to work with a customer, we can't able to call it as a hands-on. So that is one of the reasons no for that. Second, I think see today with all the AIs, generative AIs, and things like that. As I told, no, I mean software is becoming less and less expensive. What it means is today when we look into a typical software engineer job description, where it will clearly calls about or which used to be like he or she is supposed to I mean generate codes, right? You need to develop codes, but today when you go back and look into the job descriptions of any software engineers, it clearly calls out saying that they don't expect you to develop code, but you should use AI tools in terms of generating code. So what it means is you need to start improving your probing skills, right? So and where we used to have say about 20 engineers getting into a project or a specific sprint, today we will be able to execute with say about 5 engineers or 6 engineers, because you don't need to sit and code by yourself. You have AI platforms like GitHubs and things like that where help you in terms of developing the code. So what I'm saying, what I'm trying to convey here is, so one of the most important skills what you may need to look forward at this point of time is trying to embrace with the AI journey, where you may also need to parallelly start learning how to use the AI platforms effectively, because there are two ways we look into this AI journey today. One is how do you bring efficiency in your software development lifecycle. That means the work which has been executed in a specific time frame, can we bring it down, or can we work done by this many number of people can be brought it down by this many. So how do you bring your software development lifecycle more effective through your AI? Second, using the AI platforms, using the AI tools, can we develop solutions for any specific domain? So these are the two important focus for any software companies today, right? So understanding those objectives and putting or prioritizing your skills accordingly will definitely help. So today I'll tell you a simple example, right? How many of you challenge AI? How many of you challenge a chat GPT? Because you may want some information. Even my kid now used to do school homework using chat GPT. That is the worst part. And but at least she don't bother me or my wife much, but she started using it. I can't blame her, because that is the way everyone in her class do, and that is what even expected from her. And so there are plus and minus to it, but the point what I'm trying to commit. See, even when you see the kind of skill what you guys need to build at this point of time is to challenge it back. What it means is you can't completely trust chat GPT, right? It is providing you solutions based on the information what it process. Even between a story of a camel and an elephant, if you want the chat GPT to tell you in the way that camel is good, it will give you. But if you want the story in the way that no, elephant is good, chat GPT will even give you that. So what I'm trying to tell you is, while you embrace this IT or AI platforms for enabling your software development lifecycle, you should be able to challenge it back. You may okay, that is number one. Second, you should have a strong foundation. What it means is like when I say about technology foundation, the output whatever is coming today, even in most of our engineers, what we see is they just take it, they just place it. They don't even have a knowledge in terms of looking whatever they copied and paste is right or wrong. So having a strong foundation, that is something it is very important. Third, I would say it is more about you call it as customer experience, right? Or design thinking. Sorry, I think I would put the way in the way design thinking. So along with your course, technical courses, every one of you, I would request Norman, if you can take some courses on design thinking, or even ICT can help them, Norman, to provide a concept of design thinking. That will be, a game changer. Design thinking is nothing but, at the end of the day, today we assume a lot of things and develop a software, but you never know the person who is going to use that, Norman, how is he going to use. So thinking from his perspective, which actually, Norman, will help you in terms of, building meaningful, super personalized solutions for your, Norman, customers. And again, the domain understanding. So these are some of the skills which I think, which is crucial at this point of time. Having those understanding will help you in terms of, being a better engineers.
Thank you, Sharath. In fact, the design thinking aspect is a very good suggestion. We do have that as a part of our curriculum also. And as you said, I believe design thinking kind of helps people look into the aspects of what the customer would want. So there needs to be a very high level of extreme empathy. You need to think of everything from the perspective of what the customer would want. So that is possible only, I believe, with extreme empathy. I need to look at that. One question to Aiswarya. Uh, we have been discussing about these aspects here. What do you think, apart from what you put in your resume, okay, your qualifications or your skill sets in your resume, what do you think should be worked upon by yourself? It could be your mindset, it could be some behavioral trait of yours. Is there anything that you think? Now, when I say you, it is not personally you. I'm talking about all your, age group, your cohorts, your friends who are here. So, are there anything you feel should be worked upon from the mindset or behavioral perspective, apart from the skills that you put in your resume?
In thinking about the behavioral perspective, as I already told, the learning is a never-ending process, as sir already told. So every day we are learning new things, but we all have a mindset that if we learn something, we'll be putting all our thought into that. So we never think of developing our skills in a better way, that we never think of developing this into the perspective of a if when I studied MERN, I am thinking the perspective of a fresher. So we need to think out of the boundary. We need to look upon, like, we have AI tools. We have lot of generative AIs. So we need to think the perspective of a senior developer or a high perspective. So if we are looking for a fresher role too, we need to build our skills a little bit high. Like today, if we are looking for a job also, every job is demanding for 2-3+ years of experience. And as a graduate, we could never get an experience of 2-3 years. As we recently get graduated, and they are asking for 2-3 years of experience. So this is becoming a huge problem when we look in our perspective. So I think we need to develop in a higher perspective that company grants us to. So if we are, although if we are getting a chance to for an interview and all, they are looking for a experienced one. So if we are thinking on that perspective, we'll be getting some more exposure, I think so.
That's nice. Good to
Thank
hear
you.
about that. One question to you, Mr. Sreekumar. In recent years, I mean, of course, the world has changed over the last 20 years drastically with the fourth revolution, digital revolution. But in the recent years, one thing that I'm sure all of you will agree is, suppose I want to purchase a product, walk into a supermarket looking for a particular product. I search on my phone for that particular product. It could be a supermarket or a mall, whatever. Immediately, I will start getting a lot of prompts from other shops where the same product is available. I may even get prompts that this is only these many meters away from where I am, etc. So on and so forth. I wouldn't be surprised, right? That is the situation currently we are in. So it's come to a situation where the moment we open our phones in the morning, uh, the internet knows everything about you, everything, probably things which even your own family doesn't know. Right, that's the situation today. So in this kind of a scenario, could you help our learners understand what could be some cross industry opportunities or domains that they can look into, where they can try and increase upon their skills?
Before I get to your question, some reassurance for you that there is this new thing that blame it on AI is something that is a thing. Everything you blame it on AI, but AI is not here to take away anything. So that's what my feeling is, and it is at least not reached a stage where it can take away anything right now. So because my daughter is a gastroenterologist, so I gave her a Gemini Pro, some customized one to her. So what she does is when she does her endoscopy, she does this, put down the camera on the Gemini and then put it there, and then this fellow will tell you, no, you get, that angle needs to be this. Why don't you push it a bit more harder and not take it off or something like that? It is not taking away her job. It is only enabling her to do her things better. But in a coding kind of a situation, what happens is, it helps the coder. The coder job is still is required. So, but it helps him perform it much more faster. That so earlier, if you needed 10 coders, then you may need 5 coders. But the job of coding and the learning that you need to do to become a coder, like your full stack development or anything that you learn, all these technologies are needed and nothing is getting outdated. So these are all the things are built on top of it. So this thing can only enable you to, and then in my office you have developers putting up 3 screens: Perplexity here, ChatGPT, and then multiple things. So Tab 9 and Gemini, and then he puts this query in all 4, and then he sees totally different things, and then he gets so confused. And then so now we said you use only one kind of thing. So it has still not reached a stage that every AI the thing will give you a perfect answer. So it is again left to your own intellect, the human intellect, to really assimilate and take what you want. So it is not going to take off anything at this point in time, at least. But there is a change in the way the manpower or the resource structure is happening. It's like it is highly concentrated. Earlier, actually, you needed to have multiple sets of people. Like you need a coder, you need a senior coder, very very senior coder, team lead, this that, and then. But now there is only 2 levels. One is like, as you said, the Swiggy kind of thing, which is that entry level things, and the other is, there's a crowding at the both ends. One is at the very very highly specialist people who would be developing LLMs and who would be assimilating these and this thing, and the other is this the other layer. So but nothing is going on. It's getting crowded to either end, but nothing is being taken off, kind of thing. And more, it's your job market and all this, as Sarath was also saying, it's more to do with the geopolitical, technological situation and the way things such contractual things are all changing. So these are the things that are like the earlier GCCs and all this used to be just they used to come in and it used to rule the world. But now people have become more choosy and structure. So those kind of small things are actually impacting the job market, but nothing to be worried about as such, because a lot of opportunities are coming in different forms. So only thing is that you need to keep in step with this whole thing. So now coming back to your question is like, see, look, data is now flowing like anything, like it is exploding like anything. So it comes in you know tremendous amounts that you can't even conceive this. So this is all coming from different sources. So then we call it data sources. So data sources are umpteen number of data sources are there, and applicability of each data source is different. So as what she was rightly pointed out, the interconnect between these are the ones that matters. So how is it that the data here is useful here, and it is correlated that you get a meaningful output out of it, kind of thing, APIs and those kind of things. So because you need to have exchange of data from one system to the other. No systems exist in independent now, because data here is available there. So you need to take data from here and assimilate it here, and then you need to correlate both and bring out something new. So a holistic idea of data interchange is something that's a very good thing that you pointed out. So nothing is in silo these days. So everything is interconnected. So these are all opportunities for you. So how do you interconnect data? How do you take data from one domain to the other, and or within the domain itself there are different subsystems? How does the subsystems interconnect? So those kind of things are the ones that is going to trend these days, because tremendous amount of data is available, but you need to pick it up from different sources and put it up in one particular shape. So opportunities there.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Quite a lot of takeaways from these incredible experiences and insights that our panelists have shared today. I'm sure everyone is happy and received quite a lot of information. Be it Mr. Sreekumar pointing out about the importance of domain knowledge, or be it Mr. Sarath specifically mentioning about design thinking, which is also a very important aspect because of the customer perspective. In fact, I'd like to share a story there on design thinking, if I may. I remember reading this somewhere. I'm not sure if it's Satya Nadella. Someone who had attended an interview was asked a question. When you're walking on the road and you see a small baby on the roadside crying, what is the first thing that you'll do? Any answers? Any answers from anyone? You're walking on the road, you see a small baby, a very small baby laid on the road crying. What would you do? Yeah, so the answer which Satya Nadella, I believe it's Satya Nadella, I'm not 100% sure there. He gave us, he said, he'll call 911. This is a scenario which happened in the US. So he said, I'll call 911. And he was not offered the job. He was rejected. The reason being, the correct answer to that question is not calling 911. The correct answer is immediately going and taking the baby in your hands and pacifying the baby and making sure the baby stops crying, and then do whatever is required. So that is the extreme empathy which is required in design thinking, where you look and think from the perspective of a customer. So I just remembered that story I wanted to share. Anyway, thank you so much for these wonderful insights. We have come to the next segment, the fourth segment, which is our Q&A segment. Now it is open to you all. Please shoot questions to our panelists. Please use your microphone. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Rohit. I'm here one of the trainees of cybersecurity analysts. First of all, thank you for this informative talk. It gives us a lot of insight about what's currently happening in our industry. So my question is, Sreekumar sir actually in the beginning told that disruption is actually not occurring in the technology side, but mainly it occurs in the business side. So could you just give a briefing on that statement?
Yeah, it is. It's not that it is not happening in the technology side. I said it starts from the business side. So the disruption or a need. So any technology development needs some input, some trigger. for a technology development. So this comes from the business side. So there should be a need for. So I don't simply like it is not like Einstein days when he was doing some research and he developed a lab or something. So it is not. So nowadays it is all need based development that happens. So gone are the days when you have this research and development where you try and suddenly something crops up, then it's an elephant or something. So then you call it an elephant. So it's not that. So you need to make an elephant, so you build an elephant. So that's the kind of change that is happening now, rather than the earlier days when you try to do something and then something like what do you call it, the serendipitous development or something that they call it. You try to do something, finally you find something else and you develop. So it's but of course technology development also do happen. It is not that that is one track about it, but then what triggers this is mostly the business thing. That's what I mentioned. It's not that technology development is not happening.
Just an example for what Sir said is like, no, I mean, just think about Uber, right? Uber is not a technology. Uber is a business idea. Earlier, you used to go to a taxi stand to get a taxi, right? Today, I think it is there in your fingertip where now, and you get the best cars at the cheapest rate. How did it got enabled? It enabled through a technology, right? So that's a simple example.
And sir, one more question. Sir, you also mentioned that domain name is now a critical word. It's a keyword now. So could you also just briefing on how the domain should be selected, or how, as a young learners, so which domain to be concentrated?
So see, fortunately or unfortunately, when you comes to an organization as a campus grad, right, you don't have a choice. You will end up, getting into the wherever an opportunity comes, put in, right? So, but you as a person, see, for example, I might have some, I'm not an engineer, mechanical engineer or automotive engineer, but I might have a craze on automobiles, right? Which actually helps me in terms of developing, I don't look car as a car, but I might be, trying to understand more about that vehicle. I might also be doing a lot of research to understand, what are the new ADAS features coming up. When there is a new launch happening now, I try to understand, the technicality of the vehicle more than car as a car. So that is a passion which I need to develop. So each one of you try to understand. See, every industry is, what do you call? A lot of industries are available today, right? Healthcare. A lot of research developments happening in the healthcare space today. The kind of machines what you see in hospitals, right? You never seen it say about 5 years back, 10 years back. Every other month, when you go through this bypass, right? Bypass road, you see new hoardings of SP Fort or Kim's or anything saying that, hey, we launched something new. We launched something new. These are all new technology they are adopting, right? So if you are passionate on the healthcare space, try to spend time on those healthcare. So how it become advantage at the initial stages is when you try for an opportunity, or for that matter, you want to build something by your own, that passion or the understanding on those specific domains will always help you.
I'd like to add one more thing. It's like, we are part of the CIO Association, which is called. So all the IT heads of all the organizations are part of the CIO Association. So where we conduct events and all that. So we cut across all the domains, and we have the IT head, the Federal Bank, South Indian Bank. We have the Apollo Hospital, Lakeshore Hospital, the retail, Lulu Group, Malabar Group. All this IT heads of all this organization are part of this. So we do interact with them, and then also we have the IT development like UST, then SunTec, and then other organization which is the core IT development and the service IT services companies. So when you get into IT services companies or in IT development companies, as Sarath sir was also saying, it could you might be pushed into any domain that, so because suddenly then you get a bank customer that has come, there is a project and you have particular skill, then you will be assigned to that. Tomorrow maybe you would be but normally they would have that database and all this. He's a banking specialist kind of thing. Later on he'll become, and then he'll be moved to that. But when you look at the hardcore domain specific IT, like IT in banking sector, or IT in healthcare sector, or IT in retail sector, or IT in some other specialty sectors. So what happens? Oil and gas. So I started with Indian Oil in oil and gas. So then it is specialized jobs that you get to do there. It was not easy for me to change from there to a bank. A bank doesn't take me because I don't know anything after 4 or 5 years, because bank needs banking applications are typically meant for that. Healthcare systems, you need the all those healthcare equipments and all this. So these needs a lot of data comes from that. You need to be specifically knowing what it is and all. So you will get stuck in that. So changing domains is not typically easy. I mean, I'm not that it is not possible. It is possible because I was in oil and gas for long, but then say I wanted to come to Trivandrum, whatever is available, I have taken and come. But it's not easy. So you get stuck to a domain. So it is easier that you get stuck to something that you like. So that's what I was. What Sarath?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more questions?
Hi, sir. You mentioned about switching from one domain to another domain. And Sarath, sir, you also mentioned about the importance of learnability. And when, as you rightly mentioned, it's not an easy job to switch from one domain to another domain. And in this current world where, for lack of a better word, let's say information overflowing or information abundance, how do we get to know which what tools we should be using to make this process easier? I'm sure that our go-to solution would be using this Gen AI tools. And as you rightly mentioned, if we are using 4 different tools, we'll be getting 4 different ideas. And obviously, when you are trying to learn, you'll be confused, right? So how can we navigate around this information overload?
See, that's where I was talking about 2 points. One is, do you have your fundamental strongs to challenge the solutions what is coming from these AI tools, right? So as Sir said, like AI is there. AI is actually, helping you to do your job better, right? So it is like, you used to drive a car. Earlier it used to be all gear machines, right? So now you have fully automated machines available. What it means is, earlier you used to spend time in terms of changing the gear, which is actually making you much more involved into it. But today with an automation, you don't even need to worry about those things. You just want to sit, listen to your music and drive, right? And today from there we have evolved the place where you don't even need to know pedal your accelerators or brake. With the ADAS features, the car itself is a self-driven car today, right? So what it means is, when you being an automotive expert, right, not fully complete depend on the platforms or the AI tools which is throwing you information. Rather, you should have your own knowledge and depth of understanding about the industry as well as the practices, which actually help you in terms of making the right choices. You got my point. So even you being a Java, for example, you have a specific technology, you are a technologist and you have a better understanding on the Java, and you also understand where is this application going to get used. You might give the scenario, you might prompt an AI copilot or GitHub for a code, a specific code. Don't just blindly take that code and try to paste it. Rather, you may need to able to understand whether this is the right code which actually going to fit into it. So for that, you have a better understanding on your fundamentals is very important. So you may want to add.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So with this, we have come to the end of the 4th segment, Q&A segment. We are winding up the panel discussion. A huge thank you to both Mr. Sreekumar and Mr. Sarath for taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm sure the learners have gained quite a lot of insights and a lot of takeaways from this discussion. Wonderful discussion. Thank you, Aiswarya, for being very bold and brave and taking that opportunity when it was given and coming and sitting over here. So I request the entire audience to give a huge round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to the MCs.
It's time to celebrate achievements. We'll now distribute certificates to participants of Data Science and Analytics and participants of Full Stack Development. May I request the recipients to come forward as we call upon their names. We request the panelists and Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal to do the honors.
First, we have Full Stack Development, Aiswarya A.S.
Congratulations, Aiswarya.
Anupama A.
Congratulations, Anupama.
Arunima Suresh.
Congratulations, Arunima.
Navami B.
Congratulations, Navami. Now, participants from Data Science and Analytics. Adarsh CJ.
Congratulations, Adarsh.
Akhil VS,
Congratulations, Akhil.
Anila John,
Congratulations, Anila.
Anjit AS,
Congratulations, Anjit.
Adira AS,
Congratulations, Adira.
Berno Shailin E,
Congratulations, Berno.
Hafiz Muhammad E,
Congratulations, Hafiz.
Nitish Raj S,
Congratulations, Nitish.
Ramya R Ravi,
Congratulations, Ramya.
Ritik Shapu RC,
Congratulations, Ritik. Next, we honor our place alumni with mementos, a token of appreciation for their hard work and success. Let's celebrate their journey. Please join us on stage as we call out the names. Akhil VS,
Congratulations Akhil,
Akshara K,
Congratulations Akshara,
Jyoti Das,
Congratulations Jyoti,
Manikandan P,
Congratulations Manikandan,
Nadia R,
Congratulations Nadia,
Nevin Koshi Jacob,
Congratulations Nevin,
Nitin Raj, Shreya Krishna,
Congratulations Shreya,
Stephen John,
Congratulations Stephen,
and Sulaika Nazreen.
Congratulations Suleikha,
Once again, congratulations to all the placed alumni.
All good things must come to an end, but not without gratitude. Before we proceed to the next session, I would like to invite Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO ICT Academy of Kerala, Mr. Sreekumar KV, Head of Retail Operations, and Mr. Riji Endas, Head of Knowledge Office, to the stage to present a token of gratitude to our panelists. Thank you everyone. As we move on to the closure of the event, please join me in welcoming my colleague Aiswarya V, an ICTAK learner, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected CEO of ICTAK, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, our esteemed panelists, Mr. Sreekumar Balachandran and Mr. Sarath Raj, our skillful moderator, Ms. Rekha Rajagopal, dear alumni, participants, organizers and guests. Good afternoon and a heartfelt thank you to each one of you. As we come to the close of today's enriching AspireX Industry Readiness Panel discussion, it is my honor to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who made this event a resounding success. First and foremost, we extend our sincere thanks to Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal for your insightful keynote address. Your vision for Kerala's tech future has left us inspired and motivated to strive for excellence. To our brilliant panelists, Mr. Sreekumar Balachandran and Mr. Sarath Raj, Ms. Aiswarya, thank you for sharing your invaluable expertise, candid perspectives, and practical advice on navigating the industry's evolving landscape. Your wisdom has undoubtedly equipped us with tools of growth. A special thanks to Ms. Rekha Rajagopal for skillful moderating the discussion and ensuring an engaging and thought-provoking session. We immensely grateful to ICTEC and the entire organizing team for curating this platform where learning meets industry relevance. Your relentless efforts behind the scenes have made today's event seamless and impactful. To our trainers and mentors, thank you for nurturing our skills and preparing us to take on real world challenges. Congratulations to the certificate recipients, data science analytics, and full stack development. Your hard work has paid off. To our placed alumni, we applaud your achievements and look forward to your continued success. You are our inspiration. To our participants and guests, thank you for your active participation, thoughtful questions, and enthusiasm. Events like these thrive because of your engagement. Last but not the least, a big shout out to our MCs Chris Louis and Neetu Matthew for keeping the energy high and guiding us smoothly through the agenda. As we conclude, let's carry forward today's learnings, connections, and inspiration. The journey doesn't end here, it's only the beginning. Before we disperse, take this opportunity to connect with peers, industry leaders, and explore new responsibilities. On behalf of the entire AspireX team, thank you once again for being part of this incredible event. Wishing you all continued growth and success. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.